Hi, my name is Scott Reynolds. I'm the team leader of the rentals team here at Compass. And today I have the pleasure and excitement of introducing Sven Frisell on the Agent Spotlight. Welcome.
Hi, Scott. Thank you.
So I wanted to kind of like do a spotlight of how, maybe a way to kick this off is like kind of comparing your production, your sales year to date compared to last year. What's the difference between this year and last year so far?
So I'd only been a realtor for almost 4 years, and I joined the team at the beginning of last year and really hit the ground running because of all the tools and all the resources that are available here at the team. Mm-hmm. So I had my best year ever last year. Nice. I sold $13 million of inventory, 27 houses. And following that model, this year I've been able to build on that. So I'm actually in the first quarter already at where I was at the end of the last year.
Wow. So like year to date, like right now your current pendings you have, did you say, was that 18 yesterday?
So I've got 17 pendings, I've had 8 closes, and I'm nearing the $20 million inventory mark.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
phenomenal.
man. That's awesome.
Super excited.
And I've noticed you in the office where you're able to, we kind of use the maitre d' word, but you know, just kind of balancing out the buyer, the seller, the lender, and the title, just trying to help make, facilitate everything, making sure it's all happening. And especially when you're working at a high volume.
Yeah, and so what I learned was, it's really important to care deeply about what you do and be passionate about what you do, but not to get emotionally invested in it because you're trying to help people.
Yeah.
So it's just about being on top of your game, helping people, but again, just trying to, stay above the fray when maybe feelings get a little bit heated in certain negotiations.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it can be a little bit emotional at times for all the parties, and
exactly.
Balancing that out.
It's a huge decision for most people in their lives. It's probably the biggest financial decision they'll ever make.
So with that kind of volume and that kind of activity, what does a typical day look like for you?
So it's really important to follow my schedule, especially when it comes to making my calls and just following through. So the mornings will be traditionally following up with clients, talking to them, and then in the afternoons I go out on showings and listing appointments. And I try to differentiate it that way so that it's organized and scheduled, and that seems to work better for me.
Helps you be more efficient.
Yeah, and it helps me serve the clients better.
Yeah. So, okay, so that's a good part of the business side of things. What would someone not know about you, like where you grew up, or anything unique that I kind of know? So I'm just kind of I'm pulling it out here a little bit.
Well, with a name like Sven, obviously my parents are Swedish, but I was born in the U.S. But when I was 7 years old, my dad retired, and I was raised from 7 to 14 on a sailing boat. So we did 5 transatlantic crossings by the time I was 14. So just before Christmas, we would sail across the South Atlantic, which would take about 3 weeks. And then we'd spend the winter in the Caribbean, and then we would come up and do the northern crossing in the spring.
That sounds like something I would like to do when I retire. And you got to do it between 7 and 14, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So living on a sailboat, that has to be like managing, you got to be good at managing space.
Yeah, it's a 52-foot space with family members, so you get really close to everybody.
Yes. No wasted space.
3 weeks across the Atlantic is a long time with mom, dad, and your sister. And we had 4 cats too.
Oh my gosh. So you guys win. It was a sailboat, so you went by wind all the time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
Any scary times?
We had a couple of really scary times. I think the funniest one was my mom was the most nervous person, and my father was a very confident in what he was doing. And one time we were in a really bad storm, and my mom kind of freaked out a little bit because my dad's cheeks were flapping, and she thought that was nerves, but it was actually the wind was blowing so strong that his actually the cheeks were flapping on his face. But
oh my God!
We made it okay. So
so going back, going back to the business side. What do you think? What's your goal this year on your production? Whether units or volume, doesn't matter.
So when I started off in the year and we did our business planning, was for 45 units to sell.
Okay, good.
So
You're well on track for that.
almost halfway there.
And the volume per is a lot higher than you anticipated.
It is. So in that sense, I'm ahead of the curve right now, which feels great.
And we can't let a cat out of the bag, but Sven's got a brand new project en route that will probably put a big number on this year and probably the next year and maybe some of the following year.
Super exciting project. It's going to be 44 absolutely top of the line beachfront homes, and we're really excited to announce that. Stay tuned.
Yes, for sure. So anything else that anyone like us to know?
Vero Beach is probably the best place I've ever lived, and I've lived in a lot of places. I love this town. It's been incredibly good to me, and I'm just thrilled to be here and to be able to share it with other people.
And on the team, you've been doing. You're a one of the leaders on the team. You are able to share the wisdom that you have and be able to carry a lot of the culture that we have. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Scott.
So if anyone would like to have a great agent helping them out, Sven is the man. Reach out to him.
Thank you.